Hi, Mark here from AmericanAeration.com, and in this video I want to do a quick review of the EasyPro Sentinel PA86 pond aerator. In this video we'll cover some of the key features of the PA86. We'll also discuss some simple maintenance tips that can keep this system running well for you over the years. And in closing, we will cover some comparable systems that you'll find on the marketplace with a few variances that are pretty close to the PA86 in its coverage. Some key features of this system: it uses a 3/4 horsepower rocking piston compressor to power 4 diffusers, and it will aerate ponds up to 4 acres in size. This depends somewhat on the depth that you have to work with, and we'll discuss this in more detail in the next slide. Again, it is powered by a 3/4 horsepower rocking piston compressor. It has relatively quiet operation. The EasyPro systems are, by our estimation, considered mid to low on the sound output scale, if you will, for aeration systems. It's not the quietest on the market, but it is very good. And you can optionally get soundproof dampening material in the cabinet if you wish for an additional charge, but it is typically a very good system, especially for the cost. It is a very long-running and good performer for us. What you see in the photograph is an optional steel cabinet. This is a ground-based cabinet, and the base PA86 comes as a no cabinet option. If you have an existing shed or structure or outbuilding near the pond with power, you can forego the cabinet and put the pump in there. All of these types of rocking piston compressors do need weather protection, and if you need it, the optional steel cabinet is available. Also, because these rocking piston pumps will heat up, they are intended for 24/7 continuous duty use. They do get quite warm, so we have cooling fans installed in all of our factory cabinets that we work with, and if you do happen to try to build your own DIY cabinet, I would strongly suggest very good cross ventilation with a cooling fan installed as well. Reliability on this system is 8 out of 10, with 10 being excellent. It is very good. We have had a few issues over the years, and we've been with EasyPro for almost 2 decades now. We've had a few issues with the plates breaking off due to incident or accident, and easy to replace and easy to fix, but that has come up. We've also had a few issues with the pumps over the years, but in recent times, over the last 3 or 4 years, that has improved dramatically. The pumps for EasyPro, the Stratus pumps, are now made by an American company named Gast, which has a very good reputation for reliability. So the 8 out of 10 may even improve some as we go along in the next few years, but it's very good, a very good performer for the cost. Warranty as provided by EasyPro on the components: 5 years on the diffusers, 5 years on the weighted airline, and 2 years on the compressor. In terms of specifications for the 86, it will cover, using the 4 diffusers, it will cover a 2-acre pond 5 to 8 feet deep, a 3-acre pond 8 to 10 feet deep, and a 4-acre pond, let's say 10 or 12 feet deep or greater. As with all of these subsurface systems, the deeper you can place a diffuser, the more pond area it will affect in terms of oxygenation and circulation. And so if you lose that depth capability, the size or the area of coverage will reduce as indicated by these numbers. You can use them as good general guidelines, though, if you're trying to fit a particular system to your pond. This kit includes a 3/4 horsepower rocking piston compressor, 600 feet of 3/8 inch weighted airline. It has 4 of the QS2 quick sync 2-plate diffusers. These are self-weighted designs, so they go down to the bottom and stay on the bottom without you doing anything, adding weight or anything to it. It includes all the fittings and clamps that you would need to put the system together. And then, as we mentioned, optional cabinets. You have a no cabinet version, and then with this PA86, the post mount would not be available, but the ground cabinet would be. Specifications on the pump itself: it is an SRC pump, 3/4 horsepower, a rocking piston compressor, 4.5 amp draw on 115 volt. 230 volt wiring is optional. 6.5 cubic feet per minute of air output between the 4 diffusers is excellent. It has a 50-foot max operational depth, and will cost roughly around $35 per month on 24/7 operation on a 115 volt circuit. In terms of the maintenance on the PA86 compressor, there are 2 points you want to keep in mind with all these rocking piston designs. One is the air filter intake cartridge. This should be changed as needed, and on average I would say most customers can go 6 months to a year before they need to change this out. Ideally, you don't want to put a compressor like this in a very dirty environment, but in some industrial settings we have them change these out every 3 months. It's just something to check as you go along and make sure that you keep this component updated, because simply put, the quality of the air intake will determine the output of the air. So to optimize that, you want to make sure your filter cartridges are clean. The second point of maintenance is this rebuild kit. These are piston-driven compressors, and somewhere between maybe 2, or more commonly I would say 3 to 5 years out, you will see potentially some compression loss out of the pump. Visually what you'll see, the pump will be running, but 1 or maybe 2 of the diffusers will start to have reduced air or no air output or bubbling at all. The others may appear to be fine, but that typically will indicate a compression loss, not a blocked diffuser. So you want to consider getting a rebuild kit on hand and then doing the update on the pump. All manufacturers, including EasyPro, provide these kits, and they have components such as a few gaskets and other materials which will rebuild the pump. You use typically a hex wrench and a Phillips screwdriver, a few simple tools, and maybe 20 minutes per piston, and you will be up and running again in good order, and we'll have another several years of quality runtime. So it's a great way to keep the pumps in great shape, but watch for that as you get out from roughly 3 to 5 years out. In terms of comparable aerators on the market, we do have all these listed on our website if you want to check them out. The Casco Robust Air RA4 is a 4 diffuser design. Instead of using a 3/4 horsepower pump, it actually uses twin 1/4 horsepower pumps to cover the same type of area and situation. This makes it a little more affordable in operation. You also have some redundancy with the twin pumps, and so it's a great performer. The system is extremely efficient, so it has that ability to use a bit less horsepower in the compressor, but still get pretty equivalent performance in the pond itself. So a good option in that regard. The AirMax PS40 with 4 diffusers is very similar to the PA86. It has a 3/4 horsepower single pump, 4 diffusers. They typically would have you order it without airline because of the potential customization and requirements of these large pond situations. They'll normally have you use 5/8 inch weighted airline ordered separately, and the PS40, as with all AirMax systems, comes with a poly cabinet. It's a very nice ground-based poly cabinet, but that is the only cabinet option, and there is no cabinet option with this system that we would recommend. The American Aeration AA4 is a direct drive solar option with 4 diffusers, similar in coverage to what you're seeing with the PA86. It is a daylight only system, which is what direct drive basically signifies. From dawn till dusk it will run and then shut off at night. The Solaire 2.4 Plus is a full-time solar battery backed up system. It too has 4 diffusers and similar output and coverage to the EasyPro PA86. These solar options, though, are very, very good to consider if you have no power anywhere nearby the pond. So that is available. Again, you can check all of these out on our website at americanaeration.com, along with the EasyPro PA86. If you have any questions, get in touch with us. We would be happy to help, and I hope you have a great day wherever you are.